Hello, Barmy Badger Army. Welcome
You
to another edition of Tea and
talk.
Wibble.
You
Yeah.
remember, let me say the talk part.
No.
Tea.
Which we did prepare earlier.
Slightly cold.
So you go. Yes, and today we're going to be doing a bit of a mukbang or a food taste testy wibble on these.
They are Millionaires Macaroons from Asda's bakery. So they're only available in Asda's. So
and if you didn't know what a mukbang is, it's sort of an old-fashioned term for eating and talking and all that sort of stuff while you're doing a vlog. So people will sometimes wonder why I sit there and go rum 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 while I'm eating noodles and talking at the same time. It's because it's technically a mukbang, but not many people do those these days. But you know, I'm old school soldier.
Oh dear. Feel sorry for me. Feel sorry for me. Donate so I can go away on a retreat. Go away on a nice retreat up in Scotland. That would be lovely.
That's it. Guys, don't forget, if you want to be a producer of the new film Necromonicon Whisper,
which means you do get your name on it as a producer.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could one day have an IMDb, and then you could producer of
Necromonicon Lost in the Woods, or I should say Whisper in the Woods.
Whisper in the Woods.
So if you
Lost in the Woods has been,
it has.
That's 2 years old, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, nearly, yeah.
Oh,
And the sequel's coming out soon. So yeah, if you would like to be a producer of that film and help with the film, please donate. Right, what are we talking about today?
Stuff. We're going to do the review on the Millionaires Macaroons. We're going to talk about a few YouTube films that we've watched.
That's it.
A few actual films that we've watched. Not saying that YouTube films are not actual films. A few films that we've watched at home, and a few that we've been to the cinema, and some lovely experiences we had yesterday.
That's it. It was lovely.
We had a very, very nice day yesterday. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So, what do you? Oh,
hubba.
What would you like to discuss first?
Make me a sandwich.
You would like to talk about make me a sandwich?
No, I'm just really hungry.
That was the shortest of the YouTube films we watched, just 3 minutes and 1 second long.
That's it, yeah.
Please let me. It was something to do with Lunchbox, the person that made
it's like Devilish Lunchbox or something. And
Deformed Lunchbox.
Deformed
Lunchbox is the creator of that.
That's it.
3 minutes and 1 second long. Make me a sandwich.
And that sort of, I had flashbacks of, when like an old couple lived together, my dad constantly barraged my mum with instructions.
Yeah.
I just had weird flashbacks of that. And you know what? I'm never gonna drive.
Yeah, because I was because since we've watched that, every time that you've been a little bit irritated, I've gone, "Would you like a sandwich?" And you've gone, "No, I don't want a sandwich."
No, I don't want a sandwich. So this is one of these things where it contains, obviously, the lady in it was slightly unhinged, but obviously, was she driven to it?
Oh yes, she was definitely driven to it. An old man sitting in his chair watching football, screaming, "Make me a sandwich!"
Yeah,
and it was constantly.
What was her name? Was it Ethel or something?
I can't remember.
Yeah, but it was like a really old-fashioned.
It's such a short film. It's one of those. I would highly recommend it because it was actually for 3 minutes long. It was really good.
Yeah, camera work was really good.
It was. It was very professional.
The way the man was dressed up and the way he was sort of mannerisms as well.
Oh, and it was just very sort of like. Oh, I can't even think. Like, I can't even think of the word. Where you just expect stuff.
That's it.
And that's it. It's your job. You expect something. They should be here right now.
Entitled.
Thank you. That's the word I was actually looking for. Entitled. He was very much entitled, and she was very much sort of like all she wanted to do was go to her little cupboard and do her knitting. And she was desperately, frantically trying to do her knitting, and he was shouting, make me a sandwich. And each sandwich got progressively disgusting.
That's it.
Until you get to the end, which don't spoil what
Don't
happens.
spoil,
Don't spoil what
and then
happens.
there's a big twist at the end as well.
There's a bit of a twist at the end, so yeah, but it's very much worth a watch.
Yeah,
very much, and I would look forward to actually watching some more from Deformed Lunchbox.
Yeah.
Because if they're all going to be short little films like that, they are really good.
Yeah,
they're really, really good.
It was one of my favourites, and I do recommend watching it. And yes, it does.
What would you give it out of 10?
Well, for life lessons, 10 out of 10. Not that I've ever been that sort of person anyway, but it certainly brings it home that you shouldn't be that sort of person, you know.
Yes, yeah. I would give the film a good 9.5 out of 10.
That's it, a good 9.5 out of 10.
The only reason it's not a full-on 10 is because I would have liked to have seen a bit more.
Yeah, a bit more like spaced out,
A little bit more. No, not even spaced out. I think I just would have liked a little bit more of different times of what she was doing to the sandwiches. And just one or two more, that would have been brilliant. But yeah, it was good.
It was good, yeah. So I would say 9. I would say 9.5 out of 10. Fantastic, good. Short, sharp, scary, life lessons, and quite freaky.
Definitely worth a watch.
And very good camera work as well. So we're going
backwards in order because that was the last film that we watched.
That was one of the last ones.
The second film we watched was The Ogress.
The Ogress.
That which was an English-made one. The other one was American.
Yeah, which I was going to say is a British supernatural thriller. Would be the best way to call it.
Yeah, it's a short, creepy horror by Joe Kent. Mm-hmm. That again is award-winning. That is 25 minutes on the dot.
Yeah, on the dot.
And it starts off. It's very, very sort of.
It's quite slow burn, really, isn't it?
It was a bit slow, but it comes up with the telling a story and having a few sort of images up about a really horrible woman that was convicted of killing sort of 6 or 7 children, but it could have possibly been 400.
Yeah.
And then it ends up with these 2 children in the woods finding something which you don't see.
That's it.
That's all part of it, isn't it? It's like, what did they see? But it was a horrible noise and things.
And then the man's wife.
In walks our detective.
In walks in our FBI agent detective.
It's not FBI agent, it's English. We don't have FBI anymore.
He looks like it, though, doesn't he?
He was just
maybe he was from Essex FBI.
Police agent. So, and then you get this poor guy coming in frantic. This guy is sort of like, trying to solve this mystery, and then this guy's coming and his wife's gone missing and stuff, and it sort of goes all from there, really. Don't want to spoil it because I want you to watch it and tell us about it in the comments, your thoughts. Yeah,
but yeah, the Ogress.
It is sort of a bit sort of supernaturally, witchcrafty.
That's it. And it's one of these things where the twist was so good. For a good half of the film, you can't really. I know you're very good at spotting twists and stuff, but for me, it took me a while to think how they would link up, and the way they did it was quite good. Wasn't
Mine was just that I had in my head written such a sort of like thing because the pattern reading is they still could have done that if they'd have given it more time. It was only a 25-minute film.
Yeah.
If they'd have made that sort of like a good 45-minute film, they could have added some more to it and given it a little bit more meat.
That's it, a little bit more meat.
It was just missing a little bit.
Yeah.
And would have made that better.
Yeah, and obviously I love cliffhangers in films, don't get me wrong. But I know that they're probably not going to make another one. But
some films, that's purposely it's left for you to interpret.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that was left on. But it was really good. Again, it was an award winner.
That's it.
So again, I would watch another film.
I would, but the cliffhanger was quite Joe Kent, yeah. But for me, the cliffhanger was quite frustrating. Like they could have carried it on, and you could have had like a bit more to it.
But we have to have a look because you never know. There might be a sequel in amongst that. It's a bit like when we watched the Mountain one.
That's it.
I really, really like.
And then they were like, "Yeah, we're going to make a sequel," and then it never got to its thing, which was really annoying.
Needed a lot of money for that because, I mean, the films that you make and the films that these award winners make, there's a difference in it, and that is budget.
Excuse me.
It's budget. If you had a budget like what they had, you would produce films like that because of the equipment they use.
Excuse me.
The fact that
I think you'll find that Ballamoran is a 2-time award winner, and I think you'll find that Flush of Fear has been different things, and so is the other one that me and Kraken Media worked on as well.
Yeah. But
so I have you know, you don't need to spend money to have an award-winning film.
These awards you do because you have to pay to enter them. I just bashed my microphone.
Excuse me, you don't need money to have an award-winning film. Balmoral is 2-time festival including and had laurels.
Excellent, absolutely brilliant. But you're very, very limited on actors, aren't you, because of the affordability?
Yes, there is that.
Right.
But I always say, and you always badger me into saying, if anyone watching wants to be part of a film, you are more than welcome.
Oh, please, 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 anyone, because some of it you can do. You don't even have to be there, do you? You
No,
yeah. We've had Mark has done some scenes from his own home and sent them to you. You've had people across the world doing voice.
That's it.
Vocals.
Yes.
It doesn't. You don't have to be, in the neck of the woods.
Yeah, you can just send it to me, and we can. And it works in the film.
If anyone wants, if any budding actors out there that are watching that would like that.
That's it, to be part of the film. Yes, see?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? You don't need a big budget to have an award-winning film. And, of course, I'm going to prove you're wrong. Scoopful of Life is definitely going to be put into the awards.
But that's a different subject altogether.
Actually, that did cost money. That cost me some train fare and 4 ice creams.
And feeding, we did feed Nick. Obviously, Nick travelled a long way for that.
Bless his heart.
Bless him. So thank you very much for that.
Indeed. Indeed, yeah. See, I'm gonna. This is gonna be my bugbear now. I'm gonna be constantly on it. I'm gonna be like, oh, he doesn't need to spend money to win awards.
But you do kind of need donations,
Yes, we do need donations. Remember to donate so we can up the ante of the films.
If you can't donate, please subscribe, like the videos, watch the videos to the end. Even if you're gonna put a video on and bugger off, you've seen that video loads of times. Bugger off and makes a cup of tea or something.
Yeah. If you can't
watch your things, just keep the algorithm going so that you get out there.
That's it. If you can't afford to donate, that's fine.
A share goes a long way.
Yeah, a share goes a long way, and so does watching the ads. Unfortunately, I know it's painful, but it does go a long way. So
it does go. If
you can't afford to donate, watch the ads and stuff.
We have. What would you give that out of 10? The Ogress.
The Ogress, because it ended on a really annoying cliffhanger, 6.5.
I would go 7, and that is only purely because I think they had a bit of faffy stuff that didn't need to be there that could have been replaced by intriguing stuff.
Yeah, a bit of meat. Yeah.
But that's it. But other than that, I don't know. 7.5. 7.5. I did like it.
Yeah, I liked it, but I didn't like the cliffhanger. I'm like, I want to see what happens next. You start off this really interesting storyline, and then it stopped. It's like that film we saw at the film festival about the different pattern. When everything has a face in it.
Para.
That one.
Oh, it's Para something.
But yeah, it was a film about
Paradelia?
Yeah.
It's where you see. Oh, sorry, I smacked that. I just smacked the microphone trying to get hair off of my chest.
But yeah.
Where you see faces and stuff in pattern, like in clouds and things like that.
That's it.
That was really good.
Yeah. And just as it was getting warmed up, just as we were getting to an interesting scene, it finished. I was like, why? Why? But yes, please donate if you'd like the films to get better and to be a producer of the films. Indeed.
I can't say this person's name. Jack Whitcliffe.
Jack Whitcliffe?
I don't think that's his name.
Whitcliffe.
This is the other award-winning film we watched at 27 minutes and 39 seconds was What Happens After Midnight. Set
in a very quiet hotel after midnight, where it's about a young gentleman that does the late shift, and obviously several other jobs, bless him.
Very tired, bless him. He's very friendly. And after midnight happens, he has this sort of weird stuff.
And to begin with, they sort of plant the seed that it's because he's tired and he's hallucinating, and then you sort of go along with that for a little bit, And then more and more stuff keeps happening. You think he's not hallucinating because he'd never heard of the things that are happening in there.
Yeah. And strange visitors in the hotel and stuff after midnight. Again, after midnight.
Doors opening. Yeah, it did. Yeah, because you're like, did he survive? Did he not? You know, after
what's gone on?
What's gone on? You know, and the thing is, he was only trying to help the ghost as well. So I thought it was a bit of an unfair ending.
We didn't know it was a ghost. That was a bit of a spoiler.
Whoops.
So sorry. So just ignore the rest of the story because you're going to spoiler, man.
But yeah, please do watch. I
apologise to Jack, who's has had all of his whole channel destroyed because you spoiled that. We don't edit and talk. Unfortunately, you get what you get. How many out of 10 would you give what happens after midnight? We're going to move on from this now.
I liked it 7.
You liked it 7?
Yeah.
See, I liked it. The acting was good.
Mm-hmm.
Camera stuff was good.
Yeah.
The
protagonist was likable.
I would go for 8.
Yeah.
Solid 8.
Yeah. I like the minimal effects was good as well. It was really fun the way they did it.
Yeah.
It
wasn't needed really.
No. A few spooky bits with doors opening and closing on their own and all these sort of stuff. It was really good. I really liked it.
Random figures just turning up in the scene behind you. Where you went. Ugh!
Yeah. Yeah. So I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. Yes. And now we're going to move on to some theatrical films that we saw, or not. What are we going to do first?
Quick. It's The Bag from Boyce's Bakery.
Boyce's Bakery.
Kent's Premier Bakers. There is one of those. Well, there are several of these on the Isle of Sheppey. One of which is in Sheerness. That's the one that we passed by because you was hangry.
I was hangry.
You was hangry. You was getting snappy. I was like, oh my God.
I was not.
So you went in there and you got yourself the biggest cream-filled Belgian bun I've ever seen, and I kid you, it was like this, and I had to put you was wanting to sit on the bench outside the barber's. But no, you can't sit there. That's the barber's bench. I just had to walk you along. Went, sit down.
It was raining. My foot hurt. I was allowed to be grumpy.
Diva. I didn't have a Snickers bar on me, and you sat there.
Listen,
I've been absolute euphoria.
I've been a professional YouTuber for over 10 years. Of course, I'm allowed to be a diva.
You sat there in absolute euphoria eating this gigantic ice-covered, cream-filled Belgian bun.
Mm-hmm.
I saved my treat for later on. I had one of their classic donuts, but instead of it being filled with jam, had a little bit, not too much, Biscoff spread inside, but it was covered with Biscoff spread and it had
Biscoff crumbs.
But it had, I don't really like fresh cream, so it had. They say butter icing. I always call it synthetic cream. And it's glorious from Boyce's Bakery. See, if you're on the Isle of Sheppey, there's one in Laysdown, one in Brambledown Farm Shop, and there's one in Sheerness. So I know of. I don't know if there's anywhere else stocks it. They have a stall at the market. They are absolutely phenomenal.
It reminded me of the Hildane Bakers as well that I like. Yeah, in Harold Hill.
Obviously, Krispy Kremes do a Biscoff donut. This blows that out of the water.
Yeah.
And then they're £1.80. All of their cream cakes and that are £1.80.
Which is a good fixed price. Yeah.
It was huge. Yours was massive, just beyond belief. Absolutely amazing. So Boyce's Bakery on the Isle of Sheppey. Got to go if you're in that area.
That's it. Well worth a look.
It is well worth a look.
Yes, they were very nice, very nice. Yes, and everyone, everyone was like, ooh.
I want one of these. So can we have one of these while we're talking about theatrical film?
Yes.
Russell's ASMR.
ASMR Russell.
I can't open it. Get off. Now, are these going to be crumbly?
Yes. Shall I get a plate?
Would you like to go and get a plate?
Yes, I would.
It's going to disappear for a moment, and in the meantime, you have me. You lucky lot.
Oh,
he's absolutely made a mess of the sofa.
Oh.
Good luck finding a plate.
You got half eaten plain up our sandwich here and all.
I know.
Yeah.
Half eat is going. It's not eating my peanut butter sandwich.
Dear.
You only need one plate.
Yes, dear.
Oh, did you hear that? Yes, dear. Of course you heard it. It's got its microphone on.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, and you've got a cookie. You've managed to find a cookie. There. There you go.
Shouldn't we have got it? Oh, I don't know what else we forgot. Wait.
Oh, hello. We've forgotten something else.
Hello. Oh,
What have we
hello.
forgot? Looks rather nice, isn't it? They had other macaroons with the traditional one with the cherry. I've had to be very careful because I have randomly become allergic to almonds. So
Who?
I have randomly become allergic to almonds, haven't I?
Almonds. Yeah.
So this is coconuts. I did check. There's no almonds in it. Please be treated well when it comes to the stuff with labels. So
this is hench.
it is hench.
There we go.
How about we put that on there?
Oh, how about we do that? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So what did I?
yeah, go on, you take the bit with all the bits in. Go
I
on.
don't. I'm not. But so we have got macaroons. So basically coconut and condensed milk. Is it soft? Crunchy?
Well.
But this one has bits of caramel in it
Mm.
and chocolate things. Chunks. That's very soft. Very moist.
Very
Trigger word.
very ticklish. Very ticklish on the throat.
It is a bit.
Very nice. Very nice, very moist, very sticky.
It's very sticky.
And very tickly.
Very tickly.
So if you are going to have one,
a fly has just appeared out of nowhere and dived on my head.
welcome to the British summer. So if you are going to eat these cakes, please make sure that you have a drink first, because woo, they're tickly. But it's very nice.
It's still more coconutty than it is Millionaires. It is very sweet.
I think some of them we're going to have more in it. Like that one looks like it's got more in it than that one. Very nice.
Out of 10?
So I don't usually like coconut-based cakes and things. But I would say 8.
8? I'd go with an 8. It's quite. They are very sweet. So I don't think I would be able to eat a whole one of those. They are massive. I wouldn't say they're even half a tennis ball size. Flies could do my head in. That's not a fly. That was a mosquito. I just caught it in my hand and then it flew off.
Oh dear.
Yeah. They are bigger than half of the tennis ball.
Yeah, honestly, if you can eat one of these on your own without feeling a bit rough afterwards, I'll be very shocked. They are massive.
You get 4 in a pack, and now £2 for the pack in Asda.
Which I think is a bargain. But yeah, they are massive. That's the sort of thing that you could cut in half and half again and eat with your tea. Just like my mum used to do and my auntie used to do.
You can actually reshape them.
Oh, yeah.
So
just like my auntie used to do,
you could
with
reshape
the
them into a little ball and no one would be any the wiser.
That's it. I've just had a trigger about, it's like, do you want a chocolate? When you're working at a care home. If you're working at a care home and an old lady says, do you want a chocolate? You say no.
That might not be chocolate.
It might not be chocolate. They might have reshaped something and put it back in there.
I used to work in a care home.
Yeah.
With dementia.
Yeah.
I didn't have dementia at the care home. The people in the care home had dementia. And there were a couple of I can't even think of the word. They did some lovely pottery.
And also, my mum and my auntie You know, my mum went through this phase, so did my auntie. Needs must have the devil drives, of course. But my auntie used to put them.
Like making poo pottery.
No. But she goes to you, do you want a Mars bar? You go, yeah. And then she comes out with like 2 little slices, which is very good and very economic. But it's like, that's not a Mars bar, that's a slice of a Mars bar. You didn't say, do you want a slice of a Mars bar? I'd still do yes. But, you know, come on.
My mum did that with us growing up.
Which is good.
We often couldn't afford sweets. Or if we did, my dad would come in because back in the factories and all that in the 80s and 90s, they had a cream cake person who used to come around with the trays of cream cakes that you could buy cheap. And they had one that had like sweets as well. Or it'd be from whatever's left over in the factory at the end of the week. So I'd sell them cheaper. But to make things last a bit longer, you know, my mum used to chop up sort of like fruit and have little bits of fruit and little bits of cheese and little bits of slices of Mars bar.
Yes.
So that everyone got something. So it was quite sweet.
That's quite nice. I imagine it was quite sweet, actually. Yummy. Right, so shall we talk about The Quiet Place?
Which one?
All of them.
Well, we watched the first one months ago, didn't we? Because we were very late on the Quiet Place.
It took us a while. Mm-hmm.
It's a trilogy now, wasn't it?
And a game coming out as well on Xbox.
But more recently, with the Quiet Place Day 1 coming up, we watched the second one.
That's right.
Which was much better than the first one.
Yes.
That was much better than the first one. So you have Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, or Cillian or whatever his name is.
Apparently it's Cillian, but if someone's going to say no, it's not pronounced that. I have not. I'm going to have to meet him one day. Go right. I'm really sorry to bother you, but how do you pronounce your name?
Yeah, and that was a really good one because I like the way they wove him into the storyline of the first film. Because that was a very ingenious film.
They start the film off as before.
Yes.
Before the sort of like the event, which happens very, very immediately. But that's how they managed to weave him into it, which was kind of cool. And then it hits back into what happens after the end of the first film. And it is quite good. It's quite because it leads you right up to what's going to happen next, which we don't know because Quiet Place Day 1 has just come out, that is.
A prequel, that's what happens. That's what happens in the total beginning.
So.
And there's some new characters in there, and there's some old ones as well. But yeah, it's a very good film. Very good film. I really enjoyed it. As a trilogy so far, I really like it.
If you're going to watch them in any particular order, go for A Quiet Place Day 1, then A Quiet Place 2.
That's it. That is a good order to watch it. Sometimes prequels can be watched after, but I definitely think...
I'd just, if you've not watched any of them, start off with Day 1.
That's it, and then... Because the way they introduce the characters as well works if you watch Day 1 first, and then... It's only
one character that is actually in the second one, that is actually in the first one, that you get to see. All the others are all like brand spanking new. I am going to do one teeny tiny spoiler for A Quiet Place Day 1.
Go on.
So you might want to skip it about 10 seconds or cover up your ears. The cat doesn't die.
That's not really a spoiler. That's more of a reassurance.
That's a reassurance. Because I went and watched A Quiet Place Day 1 on my own, knowing full well there is a cat in that film.
Yeah.
I was trying to look online. Does the cat die? Because that's also there's a website called Does the Dog Die?
Yeah,
that's where you can. It's not just for the dogs, but that's where you can go and look at triggers. So you can go on there for any sort of trigger warning. To see if that's in a particular film that you would like to watch,
which is important, really.
It's a lot of them does the kid die, because you get a lot of horror films that are child focused.
Yeah.
Anything is there scenes of certain triggering things? You can look on that website for that, but it wasn't on there yet because the film had only just been released for 2 days, and I was just like, and then all the little Reddit posts and things come up, and I'm like, I don't want to read those because I don't want a bit of spoiler for the film.
Yeah, that's it.
So I thought, no, I'm going to take it on the chin. I'm going to go and watch it. I did have a cry though. I had a proper when I was on my own. I had a proper ugly cry towards the end.
And then I come and watched it with you, didn't I? The week after.
Yeah, I did cry a bit in that, but not as much as I did the first one. It is a very good film.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I really can't remember the lady's name that's the main character. She plays the main character. But she is she was absolutely amazing in that. Absolutely amazing. And you got Joseph Quinn in there. English actor playing an English character. Yes. So he didn't have to put on his American accent for that.
It's the bloke from Stranger Things.
Yes, he plays Eddie in Stranger Things. So and he seems to be a bit more up and coming now, which is really cool. So I'm really, really hoping that when they do a third film, they do include him.
Yes,
that was really cute.
Hopefully, because technically they can carry it on from where they are now, can't they?
They could do, yeah. They could carry it on.
Thing is, it's sort of, I mean, without spoilers, it's sort of resolved, but not really, isn't it? It's left open-ended.
If you've watched the second film, that's as far as you can get in the story. Is the end of the second film.
Yeah,
it's the end of Quiet Place 2. That is as far as you get on that, but you just get a little bit more of what happened in the first place.
That's it.
Rather than just going into sort of like I think the first film you go straight into like day 30 something.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, what happened in the first place?
And
I think this does actually sort of like really let you know exactly what happened in day one.
And it's really good because it sort of fleshes it out. I mean, without that first one jumping ahead, you wouldn't have got day one and things. So, and I really like some of the characters in day one. I really like the events as well. So I think it's a really good film.
You get to see the creatures more in that one as well. You do in the second one, because the first one you don't.
No.
You don't get to see them very much. The second film you do, and day one you really get to see.
You really get to see them,
them and stuff like that. And you do get a little bit more of an insight into what they are, and etc.
So yes, well worth a watch and well worth a look.
Yep,
yeah.
I look forward to more from that. Really look forward to more from that one.
Well, if there's a way we can play the game, we'll have a go at some point.
Yep, when it eventually comes out.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Right, so what are we going to talk about next?
There's one more thing. That was yesterday. Do you want to talk about your cookies? Cookies as well from Asda.
Cookies?
These are the milk chocolate chip and caramel, was it, or toffee cookies?
Yes.
These are, I think they're like £1.30 or something, or they're £2 for £2, 2 packets. So, but yes, they are a chewy cookie. So they're a chewy cookie. These are a nice. I'm saying to you about Asda's used to do a dunking cookie, and I haven't seen them about for a long time. So they were rectangular, so you could dunk them in tea, and they were I think they were just oat and honey cookies.
Please, someone send me oat and raisin cookies.
Morrison sells oat and raisin cookies.
No, we're wrong. No one. It's impossible to get oat and raisin cookies now.
No.
It is.
Morrison sells them. You can shake your head as much as you like, but I normally grab a packet of those when I'm on my way to go and see the wife. Don't die. Right, you can't have treats anymore. They make you cough.
Oh dear. Every time I've tried to find oat and raisin cookies, they're not there.
You're such a diva.
Please send. Nom nom. Oh dear. But yeah, what would you give these out of 10? Because they're yummy.
I don't know, probably 7.5. These ones are a little bit too chewy. I kind of want a little bit more of a. They're a bit too chewy. They're like almost as if you'd have just left them in the oven for 1 more minute. They would have been perfect.
Half a minute. Anyway. 7.5. Nice and squidgy. Nom 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 nom. Yummy.
What did we do yesterday?
Kracken's graduation.
Kracken graduated from university yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to go. We got to go to the South Bank Centre in London and watch him graduate in all his robes. And there was a moment where I was walking with him to go and have our photos done.
Please say congratulations in the comments, and if you donate towards this, I will send Kracken the donation as a thank you and say yay.
But he had his robes on and he bellowed through, and I was just like, Snape, Snape, Severus Snape behind his back, and he was like, shh. It's because it's like slithering colours as well. Having his pictures done, and he looked awesome, absolutely awesome. And there was like 3,500 students graduating from this was from UCA.
Is that how many names that were read out?
No, because not all of the students were there. They had a good half of a row.
Yeah.
Of students that were unable to attend. But there were so many. I mean, he's got his prospectus for the day. But UCA, which is the University of Creative Arts, and Bracken graduated from fashion photography. So that's brilliant. He's already started his next one. He's now doing a master's degree in photography. So he's already on that one. So it's a bit strange knowing that he's at a different university now. So unfortunately, his one closed down.
Boo!
Boo! The Rochester University. I was going to say University of Creative Arts. It's the same university I actually went to when I was his age. Apart from it was called CIAD, which was the Kent Institute of Art and Design. With the likes of Tony Hart studied there and graduated from there, and Zandra Rhodes.
Who's that?
Fashion designer. Zandra Rhodes. Fantastic lady. Absolutely fantastic stuff that she knocks out. She's bright pink hair. Competitor of Vivienne Westwood. But it's not that bothered about being like, she's very much I'm not going to be up someone else's horse, stuff like that. She is an incredible character. But yeah, so I'd studied there, but I didn't unfortunately graduate. I dropped out.
Oh
well.
Oh,
but
dear.
I'm very, very, very proud of Kracken. I can say his real name. His name is Bracken. If you'd like to see his work, he is on Instagram as Kracken Media. He mainly deals with live events, so most music. So lots of his is photographed Billy Idol, Gary Newman, Shinedown, loads. He has some iconic pictures on there. He's got pictures that have been used in press. And more recently, he's started on political and protesting photography, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah,
and of course, Kracken helps us with our films from time to time.
He does from time to time dabble in a bit of the filming.
Yes, which is very good.
Filming and editing and being a diva as well.
And we got some new ideas coming up as well, so that's gonna be good. Yes.
I'm very glad that when he was a small child, I allowed him to watch Austin Powers, because he walked around at sort of like the age of 3 or 4 with a camera going, yes, no, with this camera taking pictures. So from a very early age, he really did like photography.
Yeah,
he even had his own little digital camera. He used to run around with a digital camera taking pictures of the dog and the cats and whatever we could find in the garden.
But yeah, so Kracken's ideas are definitely going to return in the Essex FBI universe and more, so it's going to be fun. So you got lots of stuff here, but yeah, he did smashing, didn't he? He
did, yes. It was around sort of like applause and shout from his group of people there. Yes.
You nudged me. I woke up and went, "Oh done!"
Yeah, but it wasn't for Bracken. You went to sleep 3 or 4 people in. So
But look,
if you stayed awake after that,
all the music was all loud, and then all of a sudden they turned down all the lights, they stopped all the music, and it just looked like, I think I'll have a nap in the Shining Hotel.
No, but they were so good. Everyone was really,
but
really
it was
good
really
there.
weird because the place looked like the Shining Hotel. It was really weird. Even the carpet looked like something out the Shining.
Yeah, it was a very nice centre. The staff in there were good. All of the UCA helpers were really, really good. They did a really good job, but it was really, really strange because someone had called back when we was outside before the event, and it was an old friend of mine's daughter, and she, as Kraken helped her when she first started at the same university as him. And she was graduating, and another old friend of mine's daughter was there graduating. I was just like, it's very strange, isn't it? Everyone's graduating, and I know these people. It's like, oh, they're applauding for them too. So brilliant.
I was like,
yay! Very good. They all looked great. You had some cracking people on the stage. Some of them were a bit loud. Some of them were very flamboyant. We had one dubber.
We had one person skipped to get their award.
Yeah, one skipped. One of them come out and put some geek glasses on and started going.
That's it. Yeah,
you had a few like check me out.
That's it. You had a few people that obviously had a lot of friends there who were like, hey, go on, and all this sort of stuff. So it was quite an interesting event.
It was very, very nice, and then it got bubbly afterwards.
Yes, a bit of the bubbly.
A bit of bubbly, and everything with the sparkling elderflower, because being that I was the driver.
Of course.
Although I wasn't driving for hours, but I'm still going to stick with the nice, very, very nice
elderflower wibbles.
Nice.
So I made sure I had quadruple the amount of Prosecco I should have had, just to make up for the fact that you can drink it.
Yeah, but you was a bit like, what happens if I tip the Prosecco in the elderflower?
And it was like, oh, this is a bit nice. This is a bit nice.
But their staff was really good as well.
Yeah, because I went, oh, can I have another one?
Yeah, they wasn't really bothered because there was a couple of bars, I think, around the whole place. That was one lot, and then there was another lot. And all the staff were absolutely fantastic at the South Bank Centre. And the UCA staff. And
gave the barmaid a wink and went, come on.
Terrible. She's absolutely terrible. It's quite a smooth journey then. A smooth journey back. It was brilliant.
Very good. Very good.
And then when we sort of come home and things, instead of coming straight home, I just thought we'll go and get something to eat because everyone was pretty hungry. It was late. I stopped off at first place we stopped off at Headspace, which was my choice, and that was the Dragon.
The Dragon.
Dragon in halfway on the Isle of Sheppey. And it is a little Chinese restaurant.
Yummy.
And I've been going there ever since a small child. They had 2 restaurants on the island growing up. They had one in Sheerness, which is now just the takeaway. Which my parents had their first official dating as teenagers in the late 60s. So with Mr. Lamb, who used to own them both, and telling you that he used to sit. When they closed that one down, he just stayed in the one in halfway, and he used to sit on a little chair in the back, and he would welcome people in, and he would remember my mum and dad and things, and say like, "Oh, your children have grown," and he even saw like my parents' grandchildren and stuff before he passed, and it was just really nice. The food was amazing.
The food was absolutely amazing. It got to the stage where even I was like, I can't eat anymore.
Yeah. But we have 2 Chinese restaurants on the island that I know of anyway. One was Ray's, the Oriental Buffet.
Yeah. You
pay, you go and walk up to the buffet as many times as you like, you come out. This is banquet style. So you have an ordinary menu or you have a banquet menu, which is a very small menu. You get to choose starters. They come out bringing you freshly cooked starters, duck, and then whatever mains that you want and
That's it.
things that goes with them, and they're just really, really lovely.
And it was a banquet
and
as well.
Everything was cooked fresh. There is you, and of course you've got tablecloths. It makes a difference to me. That made a difference having a tablecloth.
Yes, it's like having a proper meal. You didn't feel rushed. The staff were very nice.
Very friendly.
It was all very friendly, very relaxed, very chill.
People in there, considering there's the Euro semi-final was on and England were playing, so we picked the right time to go.
That's it. Because obviously everyone was at home watching the football. It was the ideal time to go to a restaurant. Yeah.
If I was going to just say to people, which one do you recommend? I'd always tell them the Dragon because of the service you get. It makes you feel quite posh when you're in there, so it's quite nice. If that is £26 per person. That's £26 per person. If, however, you have done your round of duck, you can only have one round of duck. But if you wanted a second round of hors d'oeuvres, like the starters, they will bring you that out. You cannot have doggy bags. So if you leave anything, it goes. You cannot have that. I used to years ago. If it could fill containers, you used to be able to buy a container, and they used to charge you £2 or £3 for the container, and you could put it in. But I didn't really want to ask that.
No, I mean I would have thought.
Really leave that much because actually very good with.
I was going to force myself to eat most of it all, but we did have afters as well. That's the thing. So there was no need to push through and eat.
You got to experience a very special afters. I don't know if any other Chinese restaurants do this, but I had to talk you into doing it because I've not seen it on any other Chinese menu.
No.
Anywhere around the country where I've had a Chinese, and that's deep fried ice cream.
Deep fried ice cream was banging, yeah.
So it's an ice cream ball that has been frozen in a ball shape, and they dip it in batter and deep fry it quickly, and then you get this ball, perfectly round sphere of butter, and then you crack it open, and it normally would only be a bit melted, but yours is unfortunately melted.
Yeah, well, I left it a bit. The thing is, I left mine too long. I was looking at it and going, "Oh, this is pretty.
This is really strange." And you get the golden syrup over it as well.
Yeah, well, obviously, I poured all the hot golden syrup over it. Probably my mistake. And I poured all the hot golden syrup over it. But yeah, and then all this lovely ice cream came oozing out. I was like, oh, yes. I've never enjoyed vanilla ice cream as much as I enjoyed that, I'll tell you. That was nice.
I had deep fried coconut cream.
Which was also mad. That was lovely, isn't it?
That's very nice. You get 2 of those, and the Kraken had a pineapple fritter. All of their desserts, unfortunately, apart from plain ice cream, are deep fried. So it's either a deep fried ice cream, deep fried coconut cream, a pineapple fritter, or a banana fritter. Or just plain ice cream.
Yeah, so definitely.
But normally, by the time you get to that stage, you are too full, and you don't really want it. But they kind of like go on, you will have one. You're like, have one, do it. They're very small. Have one. They're like, okay, I'll just have this, and it comes out. You're like,
yeah, and of course, it was lovely. The waiters and the waitresses were really nice.
Very attentive until you wanted to build, and you couldn't find anyone.
Yeah, Kraken was like, oh no,
I want to go home now. I'm so tired.
But I did also say to them that obviously that's part of it. You get the whole. They're not going to rush to pounce on you because
you out the door.
It's old-fashioned etiquette to sort of let you wait, even though you finished your meal. Yeah. They're not going to pounce on you straight away until you initiate that you want to go, because you might want to talk, you might want more coffee, all that sort of stuff. They're not going to rush you out of the building.
They've got quite a nice. It's a small selection of drinks. They've got a tiny bar. I mean, the pint of Coke was £4.
But then again,
if you get a pint of Coke, Wetherspoons, that's £3.
Yeah, but then also when we went to the player, which was on Minster Leys seafront.
Yes.
Is that correct? Yes.
Yes, yeah. We had a little wander at the beach, didn't we?
Yeah, that's it.
We stopped there and
that was
we just had a drink at that one.
That was £8 for one cider and one Coke. So
that was, I think you'll find it was £8.20.
Yes.
And that was a pint of what did you have? Old Male cider.
Maybe, yeah.
The berries one, and I just had a pint of Pepsi. So that's how much it cost. So yes,
yeah,
actually,
everywhere's going London prices now. Anyway, like you're looking at about a £5 for a pint.
The soft drinks prices at the Dragon in Halfway were actually pretty good.
Yes, if you compare them to London prices, I mean the average London price, I think it's like £6 for a pint of cider. Anyway, so you average it out like that. But yeah, I think everywhere is going to go London prices soon anyway, because like these pubs and these organisations can't keep up with the increases of the actual product. So they have to up their prices, which is rubbish. And trust me, shrinkflation is not the same. Shrinkflation is corporate businesses making their product smaller and charging more. This is different.
But you're not. We're talking about a Chinese restaurant on the Isle of Sheppey.
Yes, of course.
The prices for the drinks were quite reasonable. Considering the small Coke was actually a little can of Coke, and it wasn't that much cheaper than a pint of Coke. So I'd rather just have a pint of Coke.
That's it. And I would say that my experience at the Dragon. I actually had the Steven Seagal haircut in the Dragon. The Dragon. Fantastic.
It was lovely. It was a lovely way to finish off his day of graduation and things, and that was very nice.
And that was the first time you'd ever had Chinese curry as well, wasn't it?
It was. I've never had a Chinese curry before. I've had katsu curry, but that's more recent. But every time someone's got a Chinese curry, I've just looked at it and no, I'm okay, thank you. I'll just stick with my favourite thing is from a different Chinese. It's in Halfway. It doesn't take away. It's something called Japanese crispy lamb.
Ooh.
I love that. Very nice.
The black bean beef was nice, wasn't it?
Yep, and I had
that was absolutely banging.
chose crispy chili beef, which was awesome.
Awesome. And the it was a bit too chewy for me, but
it's crunchy.
Not for me teeth. Also, the didn't like his teeth, but but I did like the noodles. That was fantastic. Yes.
Nice. Yes, we always choose a noodle and a rice dish, and then we'll have a main, and we'll all sort of share. So you choose a Chinese chicken curry.
That's it.
Kracken had the beef and black bean, which was awesome. That was the curry. That was awesome too. And I had the
That's it.
Yeah, it was nice. And then you with the puddings.
That's the puddings. So what would you give the Dragon out of 10? 10. What would you give the experience at the graduation and then organise?
You can't even put a thing. I can't even put a out of 10 on that because I got to watch my only child graduate.
It went really well.
He looked awesome. Pictures to come. Pictures are already out. We've already put some pictures out on Facebook and things like that.
That's it, yeah.
So, it was awesome. So, yes, loved every minute.
No.
Perhaps not so much when I'd had I didn't have a prosecco, but I did have the prosecco with the elderflower, and I hadn't really eaten.
Yeah,
and I didn't feel very well. I didn't feel drunk. I just didn't feel very well. And
no,
I started having acids going on.
Yeah, I was the same, and it doesn't usually affect me, but the fact that we hadn't eaten from early in the morning, like what was it, like 7:30, 8 o'clock?
Yeah,
and then till like 3 p.m. I was a bit like...
That was nearly 5 by that time.
And and I'd obviously had 2 Prosecco's without elderflower.
And 2 with.
And no, 3 with.
3 with. But
so yeah, I did have a bit of acid reflux.
On the way back, because we walked across to Embankment Station.
That's it.
There's a little Greg's in.
Had a cheeky Greg's.
And their Greg's was really good. The staff was quite friendly and quite funny.
Yeah.
And most of us had pizza slices which weren't burnt.
No, I wish I'd gone for the pizza now, but it was just a split
Really
second.
nice.
It was a
Very
split
nice.
second thing, yeah. So yes, I enjoyed it, and I also had a little wander into the was it duck tubs or something?
Oh, well, in Victoria Station they have a
Mhm.
duck shop which just does all rubber ducks.
Yeah.
And they were so expensive.
It's one of these things where it's like if they were a fiver, I'd go, oh yeah, I'll get myself a rubber duck. Not for 25 quid.
Because you wanted a Lara Croft one.
No,
After all the rubber ducks in there, you went straight in for Lara Croft.
there was also
Was there a Jessica Rabbit one?
no, there wasn't, but there was
Oh,
there was there was a Resident Evil 3 one. There was Jill Valentine, and there was Power Rangers and stuff. And I'm like, this is good. I like these, but
it's
not
quite pricey.
but not for the
But
price.
it's Victoria Station. Victoria Station is there for either convenience
Mhm.
or for tourists.
That's it. That's
You've
it.
got two major train lines coming from Victoria. You've got the South Eastern, and then you have the ones that go down to like Brighton.
That's it. Yeah.
And past all the terminals for like Gatwick and stuff.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's quite good on that. Right, I think we should wrap up because this has been 55 minutes of madness.
Waffle. And congratulations to Kraken.
And congratulations to Kraken Me. It's not waffle. This is an insightful, long-form piece of content. People have learned and discovered, and perhaps have changed their lives.
Oh, you're so cute.
And please make sure you watch all the ads or donate because I'm scared.
I need to pay Nick.
I need to pay Nick.
I need to pay Nick.
And I need to pay other actors.
Yes.
Yes.
If you'd like to become an actor or voice actor for a future film, upcoming thing, please do contact.
That's it. Help the show. Indeed. Even if you just watch the ads, guys, it really does help. So thank you very much. And if you've watched the whole of this, that helps too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where I go, thanks, rats.
Thanks, everyone, and lurkers,
Thank you,
and everyone. And a big thank you to everyone that is a member of the show.
99p.
Indeed, 99p. So it really does help the show as well.
And for the next two lucky joiners for the 99p, they get a pair of socks.
Do they?
With your face on it.
Oh, okay, there you go. There you go. If you become a member,
only 2 pairs.
Only 2 pairs.
Only
if you
2
become
pairs.
a member, you will get a pair of socks sent to
If
you.
you're a new member. So if you're an old member that you've just decided to become a member again,
Or if you're a member and you've upped your criteria, that would count
if
too.
you've upped your criteria, you can have more socks.
No, so definitely have more socks. So yeah, if you're a new member or you've upped your criteria in the membership, you can get.
There are
Cheers.
99p is the bottom level.
That's it. You could get more. Ooh, yes, and I'll send you bits and pieces. And if you do up your level, I'll send you some socks, and I might even send some other stuff. Yeah.
I think one of your levels you had is like it's a ridiculous level. It's like £20 one, and I mean that's like hand drawn artwork from you.
That's it, and all that sort of stuff. I need to have a look at those, ready for the summer. You never know. If you want me to send you some crusty pants, I will as well. Just bloody become a member and help the show.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Right, bathwater then.
Oh no. Saltbud.
Yeah.
Yo.
Licky.
Oh no, you're gross. You are gross. You are gross.
Don't watch Saltbird unless you're over 18.
Under 18? That's a very bad bit.
Was it 15?
No, it's an 18, that one.
Yeah. Okay. Don't watch Saltburn unless you're over 18. Yeah. Anyway, grim. Right. Bye, everyone. Love you all.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Bye, everyone.